I actually was not planning on going live today, but I woke up in the middle of the night thinking about this because I think this topic is something that comes up a lot, especially in like the mentorship and the coaching sphere. And it's the idea of accountability, right? And so a lot of the time, if we're looking for a mentor, if we're looking for a coach, we sometimes can look at these people, and honestly, they're just people, right? They're just people, but we look at them as kind of like a magic being in our lives, as somebody who can teach us everything and show us the way and hold our hands. And we think that, when we invest in a coach and we invest in a mentor, that the responsibility of accountability begins to fall solely on them and not on ourselves. And so I've learned that if I'm thinking about something at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, there's a reason, which is why I wanted to bring this up with you here today. Hi to all of you guys. Hi, hi, hi. I'm so happy to see you guys here. Yeah, so if, as you're watching, if anything's resonating with you, let me know. Send me some little waves, send me some little hearts. But I feel like accountability is such a buzzword in so many industries, right? Not just the photography industry, not just the coaching sphere, the mentorship sphere, but there's this buzzword of accountability of, I need an accountability partner, I need a coach, I need a mentor, et cetera, to keep me accountable, right? And there is an element of accountability here where, when somebody's just a partner with you, then they're a partner with you, right? Like they're actively cheering you on, they're actively wanting the best for you, right? And that's what your mentor and your coach should always want for you. They should always want the best for you. But that doesn't always mean hand holding. And so I think it's really important for us when we're thinking about accountability and thinking about investing in people and investing in mentorship programs and investing in coaching programs and investing just in general in, other services. What kind of accountability are we looking for here? Are we looking to actually be taught things that will help us succeed in the future? Or are we looking to be babysat? And if it's the former, that's great. But if it's the latter, then I think some deeper excavation work needs to occur. So I looked up, when I was thinking about this, I looked up the general dictionary description of the word accountability. And basically it's answerability. Who are you answering to? And honestly, at the end of the day, that should be you. You should be answering to you, your dreams, your vision, your gut, your calling, right? Your calling is going to be much different than mine. Even though, I mentor wedding photography clients, these are going to be people that have a different calling than I do, right? And so we need to make sure that when we're looking for accountability, we're looking to actually create in our lives opportunities to answer to ourselves. We don't need to always be answering to a more senior figure in our lives, right? We don't always need to be looking to somebody as like a big sister or a parent. We get to a point in our lives where we're, living, breathing, working adults. And we need to know that if this is going to be our dream, then our accountability needs to be towards ourselves. And what a good coach and what a good mentor will teach you are strategies to keep you accountable to yourself. But a lot of the time we look at coaching and mentorship and we think, okay, I'm going to hire this person and I think they're going to hold my feet to the fire, so I will create lasting success, and that's the only way it can happen. And that's not true, right? So maybe you do need a mentor, maybe you do need a coach. And obviously, I really support, investing in a mentor and a coach, not only because I am one, but also because I've done it. But there's an element here where your primary reason for hiring a coach should never be to hold your feet to the fire, right? This is your vision. This is your calling. This is not theirs. And so a lot of the time, sometimes we think, oh my goodness, this person's not holding my feet to the fire. They're not keeping me accountable. And we get mad at the coach and we get mad at the mentor when, number one, we haven't actually communicated that to the mentor. But number two, there's something here where why would they keep you accountable to your own dreams? You have to keep your own person accountable to your own dreams. And there is an element too where, somebody should be teaching you, hey, this is what to do next. Here's how success is defined. Here are some templates. right? They can ask you questions and dive deeper and encourage you to dive deeper as well. But where is your accountability lying? If you're going to let the opportunity and the ownership of accountability lie with somebody outside of yourself, then how will that create lasting success for you? It can't. Because when you're done with the program that you're in, or you're done with the coaching relationship, which everybody ends up being outside of that season at some point, how will you create success? How will you be okay afterwards, after you're done with the program, after you're done with that coaching relationship, if you haven't determined that the accountability actually lies here within you? I mean, a lot of the time too, sometimes we'll look at a coach and we'll be like, oh my gosh, like I really want to work with this coach, but they're a little too much money. Maybe I'll do a DIY thing. And when we let money, kind of dictate where we are going to be investing, which a lot of the time it does, right? Like this is a natural thing that this happens, right? This is how we've been taught, especially in America, regarding money, right? That we're going to look at a DIY solution, maybe a course, maybe a lower budget individual, maybe a lower budget program. Are they really going to implement change for you, or are they just going to tell you what to do? So you want to be looking at coaches that will ask you deeper questions, that will give you opportunity for reflection, that won't just string you along and hold your hand and tell you exactly what you should be doing all the time. You should be working with people, if you're going to be investing in a coach or a mentor, who will ask you these deep questions, who will honestly probably make you frustrated sometimes because they're asking you to do deeper work. They're not just going to be like, here's what to do, blah. But for example, I saw this morning somebody asked a question somewhere and they wanted somebody basically to say everything that they wanted to say. So they wanted to send something out. They didn't know how to address a certain situation. And so a good coach in that situation would ask, what are you thinking about doing here? What is your gut telling you to do here? What would feel good for you to do here? Do you have something started here that we can take a look at? Instead of just being like, blah, here's what to say, right? So we need to make sure that we're looking at this accountability, right? This person just wanted somebody to take the edge off of the situation instead of actually determining how to not have it happen again, or to put something in place to have like a script to address these situations. So what are you looking for when you're looking for a coach? If you're looking for accountability, then you have to know that a good coach will give that accountability right back to you. It will be mirrored. It will be said to you, oh my gosh, I completely get where you're coming from with this weird situation. What are your options? What else do you want to do here? Right? So if you're thinking that a coach or working with a mentor is going to be some sort of magic, it will be magic, but it might not be magic in the accountability realm, or in the accountability realm that you're thinking about it as. It's going to be magic in that you will create better personal responsibility, better personal accountability, because the ownership of your accountability has to be here. It can't be with your coach or your mentor. They can spur you on, ask you questions, kind of keep you going a little bit. But a good coach is going to ask you these questions in order so that you develop these practices in order that you can be successful in the future and when you're done with their program. So make sure that when you're looking at coaches and looking at mentors, that you're looking at accountability in a different way. Not as in somebody holding your feet to the fire, not as in somebody babysitting you, not in somebody asking you your goals and making sure that you're tracking with them. That might be a part of it, but that has to come here. What they should be doing is teaching you strategies to remain accountable to yourself. They should be teaching you new mindset tips to embody a different sort of business owner in you. Right? The last thing you want to do when you leave a coaching program is to come out the exact same. And if you let accountability be owned by your coach or your mentor, that's exactly what will happen. You'll come out of the program You'll say, this person really didn't keep me accountable. And then you're going to be in the exact same place that you started. So where do you want accountability to be? Do you want it to be with yourself, or do you want it to be with your coach? And if you want it to be with your coach, then I think there needs to be, again, some deeper excavation work here. Accountability is your work, right? And it's not comfortable work. A lot of the time we look at accountability as kind of like a one size fits all, or like a blah, we can just throw everything into that accountability bucket. Oh, because I don't have this and I don't have accountability. Well, no. There are things that you can implement in your life that will keep you accountable. There are strategies that you can implement in your life that will keep you accountable to you, to your goals, to your vision, right? So these were all things I was thinking of this morning. I just wanted to share it with you. I just think it's really, really, really important to know that you have the power here. You have the power, you have the agency, you have the decision-making ability to take accountability and make that your work. When we give accountability to somebody else to keep us accountable in such a very specific and strong way, we actively take ourselves out of the narrative. And so then why would we be successful if we're not even in our own narrative, right? So if you're looking at coaching and mentorship stuff, these are things to keep in mind regarding accountability. Where do you want your accountability to live? With you, which I highly recommend, or with your coach, which I actually don't recommend, even though I am one. So I hope you all have a great day. I will talk to you soon. Bye.